Now, let's see here. So, first off,
Welcome.
let's level up. Get that up to that. And then point to health. And I'm just gonna do pretty much health and whatnot for the next little bit. So first, this guy.
Unkindled, are we? And fast on the trail of the Lords absconded? Then these red eyes are for you. Use them to pillage embers and briefly heighten your strength for your duty. What else are unkindled ashes good for?
So hello, Bloodborne character.
Pillage embers for briefly heightened strength for your duty. What else are
So he is sort of our invasion person of the game, teaching you that invasions exist and invasions should happen, more or less. Alright, Cornix.
I wish twixt for trusting a lowly pyromancer and allowing me to gaze upon this majestic flame. As promised, I will impart pyromancies to you. But first, you will need a flame of your own.
Thank you.
Careful you don't burn yourself with it.
So, the nice thing is that he sells pyromancy. He sells his equipment, and he can reinforce your flame.
Do not be gone for...
So he does a lot of stuff. Now that we have the bone, let's give it to Gregor.
You're back and in one piece. Well, now it's time I do.
So, currently he already sells some stuff. Most of it isn't all that great. There's not too much in here that's really worthwhile, I would say.
Heavens, she was already dead. Thank you. I'm not surprised, though. Almost a relief, really. You can keep the ring as, well, a little trinket of thanks, I suppose. You can keep as... Goodbye. Oh, this...
And then Yol is over here. Hello, Yol.
Oh, this pilgrim, with a debt in death, hardly deserves to be, and I never would have, had you not taken me. I thank you dearly for this, and assure you of my leal service. Then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine.
So this is why Yol is important. Yol can give you free levels. 5 in total, which can help a lot during the early game. All you need to do for Yol is die continuously. So, now that we have all that, let's go back to... What else do I need to get from this area? Let me think here. Let's go here. Because there's a covenant I need to encounter. always enjoyed the way that they fall down. Okay. Now I want to grab that. And what I actually want to do is come this way and go through here. So the other thing that I want to point out is that over there, far in the distance, the design of it reminds me. Well, now I think about it. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, that's actually an area that you have to go to at some point. But it does kind of remind me of the design of the Undead Parish. At least from a distance, that is. This is bad. So now, in a moment here, this is something that without knowing it, you would probably never find this because it's in an odd location and it's an odd thing to do.
Well, what's up? This pit is for hollows, not for the likes of you sane folk. Or perhaps you are a hollow, posing as otherwise? Yes, yes, then we are just fine. It's important to know who you are, but we'll all be mad soon enough. And should you be undead, well, all the more so. Beware, the shackles of the gods are fragile. You might need this. Etch it on your heart if you feel your sanity slipping. Come here to pile up your victims, for that will form your anchor. You'll see when you go mad. They'll be your family. You'll go mad. Take my advice. Use this bone. This pit is for hollows. You've better things to do. I don't. This pit is for hollows. You've better things.
So that is the one and only way to get the covenant that allows you to join the Mound Makers. There is no other way to do so, and you have to do it at a particular time. There's literally no other way of getting to that. Just that. I find it baffling that that exists. And there's hardly any other way of learning about it. Usually there's an in-game way of learning about such things, but not with that one.
Heavens, she was already dead. Heavens.
So now he's just like this. And will be so until we reload the area. And we can continue his quest line. Oh, now that I have 1,000 souls. Huh. Cornix.
I am pleased to have.
Hey, good. Get me fireball.
Do not be.
So that way. Equip that. Go here. And attune fireball. Now that we have all of that taken care of, let's finish this off and go deal with the boss that's in this area. Won't be all of this area, but I want to get that accomplished at least. Alright, I'm actually running post-commentary on this section here. So, I mostly cleared out everything in the Undead Settlement. So now, all we have to do is go to the boss. Which, as probably most people know, is the Undead Tree Boss. Which we'll be seeing in a second here. I think I was opening up my menu to check if I needed fire paper, but I have a fire sword already. Now I gotta say, on the opening outset, this arena actually looks really nice. The trouble is that this area in here, because of the size of the boss, your eyes sort of don't take in the rest of it, and you get very limited on what you're able to see of the area. Also, not all the fight takes place in this arena. So there we are, the Cursed Rotted Greatwood. Like, this boss kind of has ads, but they're just kind of there, which is a good way of doing an ad boss, where it's like, it's not really concerned because the boss itself can kill the ads. And of course, we'll run up, slash him a bit in his ghoulies, as it were. Now, I find this boss not terribly difficult, and it is a gimmick boss, because you're not attacking the boss directly, you're attacking its very particular weak points for lots and lots of damage. So as that goes, it's a lot better than anything that we had seen in well, the only real one is the one in Dark Souls 1 with the Bed of Chaos, and this is a much better version of the Bed of Chaos, because it actually moves around the arena, and like it does tear apart its arena, but it doesn't do it in such a way that it's going to kill you. The one thing I've always wondered is what's inside of this tree that is this white-handed creature. Like, the texture of it and the look of it reminds me a bit of the hollows that we find outside the undead settlement, and also Koss as well. There's a bit of Koss in there too. So I'll run behind him here and use my fireball. The nice thing about this boss is, as I was explaining to some of my friends, fire can carry you through the first couple areas of the game, especially with the undead settlement, since this boss is super weak to fire, both in the sword or paper variety or in the fireball set. Plus, it's also the area that gives you the ability to get a fireball. So, the one thing I have to say about this boss is, as long as you keep your distance and just wait for him to stop his attacks, and you just go in and hit him a couple times when you get a free hit in, he's not all that hard. Like, he hits hard. Like, he can do about half your life on most attacks, but at the same time, he's not that bad comparison to other bosses. And the interesting thing is that he is optional. So the second boss that you would potentially find in the game is 100% optional, and it just allows you to get boss weapons. So we're almost done here. Just gonna take a couple more swings to kill him. So we're gonna wait for him to stop slamming his arm down so we can get a free hit in there, like so, and there he goes. Excellent. And the curse-rotted Greatwood has fallen. And we get his soul and the transient kiln. So yeah, and the arena down here isn't as interesting. But the breaking the floor side of things is actually a true use from what the Nito boss fight was going to be. And as we can see, Hodrick, I should say, has fallen because of, and also random bodies fall from the sky. So yeah, we beat the boss, and there we go.